A reindeer walked into a pub, strolled up to the bar, and ordered a pint of lager. Completely unfazed, the barman poured out the lager and passed it to the reindeer, who handed over a 10-pound note. As he handed over the change of a few coins, the barman said, "I have to say, you're the first reindeer I've seen in here." The reindeer studied the change very carefully and said, "Tell you what, sunshine, at these prices I'm also the last reindeer you're going to see in here."
It was Christmas Eve in a supermarket, and a woman was anxiously picking over the last few remaining turkeys in the hope of finding a large one. In desperation, she called over a shop assistant and said, "Excuse me, do these turkeys get any bigger?" "No," he replied. "They're all dead."
A few days before Christmas, two young brothers were spending the night at their grandparents' house. When it was time to go to bed, and anxious to do the right thing, they both knelt down to say their prayers. Suddenly, the younger one began to do so in a very loud voice. "Dear Lord, please ask Santa Claus to bring me a PlayStation, a mountain bike and a telescope." His older brother leaned over and nudged his brother and said, "Why are you shouting your prayers?" "God isn't deaf, I know," he replied, "but Grandma is."
One Christmas, a long time ago, Santa Claus was getting ready for his annual trip, but there were problems everywhere. 4 of his elves were away sick, and the trainee elves did not produce the toys as fast as the regular ones. So, Santa was beginning to feel the pressure of being behind schedule. Then, Mrs. Claus popped in to tell Santa that her mother was coming to stay for Christmas, which stressed him even more. After a while, he went to harness the reindeer. He found that 3 of them were about to give birth and 2 had jumped the fence and run away, heaven knows where to. Then, when he began to load the sleigh, one of the boards broke and several large toy bags fell to the ground, scattering their contents all over the place. Needless to say, Santa was not in the best of moods. Suddenly, the doorbell rang and he went to the door expecting another problem. But when he opened it, there was a little angel with a great big Christmas tree that she had brought especially to cheer him up. The angel greeted him very cheerfully. "Merry Christmas, Santa Claus. Isn't it just a wonderful day? I have a beautiful tree for you. See, isn't it just the loveliest Christmas tree you've ever seen? Where would you like me to put it?" Thus began the tradition of the little angel on top of the Christmas tree.
A man found himself in terrible financial difficulties. He is so desperate that for the first time in his life he gets down on his knees and prays to God for help. "Dear God, I desperately need your help. I have no money to spend on Christmas presents for my family. Could you possibly arrange it so that I win the lottery?" The lottery drawer is held, but he wins nothing. He sends another prayer to God. "My business has gone bust, and if I don't get some money soon I'll lose my car and my Christmas will be very difficult. Please fix things so I win the lottery." Lottery night comes, but he's unlucky. So he prays to God again. "Please God, I've lost my car and now they are trying to take my house. Please help me to win the lottery or our Christmas will be ruined." Come lottery night, he again fails to win anything. Undeterred, he prays to God again. "I am now a bankrupt, my house has been repossessed by the finance company, and so has my car. We are now living on the street, but all I need to get my life back together and perhaps enjoy some kind of Christmas is to win the lottery." Suddenly there's a flash of brilliant life as the heavens open and the man is confronted by the very voice of God himself. "Hey, do me a favor, will you buy a ticket?"
A woman went into a post office to buy some stamps for her Christmas cards. "What denomination do you want?" asked the lady at the counter. "God," she replied. "Has it come to this? I suppose you'd better give me 20 Catholic and 20 Presbyterian."
It was coming up to Christmas and Sammy asked his mum if he could have a new bike. So, she told him that the best idea would be to write to Santa Claus. But Sam, having just played a vital role in the school nativity play, said he would prefer to write to the baby Jesus. So his mum told him that would be fine. Sam went to his room and wrote, "Dear Jesus, I have been a very good boy and would like to have a bike for Christmas." But he wasn't very happy when he read it over. So he decided to try again, and this time he wrote, "Dear Jesus, I'm a good boy most of the time, and would like a bike for Christmas." He read it back, and wasn't happy with that one either. He tried a third version. "Dear Jesus, I could be a good boy, if I tried hard, and especially if I had a new bike." He read that one too, but he still wasn't satisfied. So he decided to go out for a walk, while he thought about a better approach. After a short time he passed a house with a small statue of the Virgin Mary in the front garden. He crept in, stuffed the statue under his coat, hurried home and hid it under the bed. Then he wrote this letter. "Dear Jesus, if you want to see your mother again, you'd better send me a new bike.
I've been Vic.
And I've been Lolly. Merry Christmas everyone."
Merry Christmas.